Hello, and yeah, I it's been a while, I guess. Jesus. Um, so I'm not very good at talking straight off the bat, but I wanted to do like a little update because it has been basically 4 years since my last proper upload, and the last one I did was like a couple of months ago, of like just having my frustrations of Shiver winning a second Splatfest, uh, which I might actually just keep it as a series going on with the recent Splatfest happening. But yes, before that, it was about 4 years ago since I uploaded something public, and that was the fucking like little Jevil thing I did. And yeah, I'm gonna do a little update, and none of this is going to be like edited and stuff like that, or unless like there's massive noise in the background. But I just wanted to try and get my words out there. What has happened since basically 2020 to now, and what's going to be happening moving forward. And there will be no audio playing in this, or like music, I should say, that will be playing in the background of this video. So you can just like leave me in the background, have Crush 40 playing in your ears and shit, and I'll just talk over it for you. But other than that, yes, 2020. That was a year, wasn't it? Um, that's when fucking COVID happened. Um, a lot of people got really hit with 2020. The start of a new decade just didn't really go well for anyone. And that applies to me as well. Back in the middle of 2019, I had a job, and I also was riding a moped at the time, or a scooter for you Americans, and it was a decent job. It wasn't the best job out there. It was better than Amazon, which I had to work like twice in the past, and it's just mainly because of the people I worked with. People in that job made it worthwhile compared to Amazon or even back before when I worked there. But yeah, I had ups and downs with that job. I'd say like around October of 2019, I caught hand, foot, and mouth, which is like a children's disease. I don't know how I got it, but that was that was something. It was easily spreadable as well, so I couldn't work at my place, or unless everyone else wanted to basically get it. My family got it because of me, and I basically just had a week off because of it. And let me just tell you, my nails look disgusting. But that's not the main issue. The main issue was basically at the beginning of 2020, way like before COVID hit everyone. Basically, I was heading to my last day of work on January 17th of 2020. That was my last day before I had a week off, and everything was going well. I was just heading my way to work on my little moped, and I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I had an accident on my moped. Uh, Simple as I was driving down a road, a truck was pulling up to a giveaway, and he did not look, and he just pulled out in front of me, and I basically just rammed into the side of his trailer and crushed my right leg. Um, not like even a split, not even a simple split. It was literally crush. Like, it was in pieces. It was bending the wrong way. My bike was in bad shape. My leg, I just felt burning sensation because my bone was shattered. into pieces. Um, I couldn't move it, and it was just bad. Just a bad experience. And I got rushed to a hospital. They drugged me up as quick as they could, to ease pain. Um, but the hospital I was at, they couldn't do anything because of how severe it was. So they had to rush me to basically the big boy hospital of England, and that is like an hour away. So I was like in an ambulance, still drugged up, not sure what's happening, and all I remember was I just got rushed in. Um, I was left there for like at least 2 hours before someone checked on me. then then I was put into like this like waiting room sort of thing for like people in like the beds and whatnot. And all I remember is falling asleep, and it was like 1 a.m. after that. Like, I think I got there at like 2 p.m. and I woke up at 1 a.m. Um, they did a little bit more looking at my leg and whatnot. I didn't even look because I was terrified of what I would see. They put me into like my own room for a little bit until I had my operation in the morning following. But they did give me the news that it would have been very likely that I would have been amputated. Good news, I'm not amputated. I still have my leg. And I still have my life. But God, that is something very scary that you don't want to hear when you're 23 years old at that point. Like, it was terrifying. But yeah, no, they stuck some metal in my leg basically, patched it up, and I had to wait. I had to stay there for like 10 more days, I think, before I was let off. But they also did give me like instructions of having blood thinners injected into my stomach every dinner or so. Had to try and do like exercises for my leg to try and like get the movement back and whatnot, build up muscle, and that took a lot of time. So long that it basically lasted an entire year where I was basically bed rest. It was mental, absolutely shocking, honest to God. But thankfully, I did have family help out. They helped me stick the needles in for the blood thinners. Help me get my food, help me move around, and stuff like that. And the annoying thing is, again, because it was an hours away from where the hospital is and where we live, I had many like weekly checkups, and like we would just have to always just go there. So it would take us like an hour just to get there and come back for like, I would say 8 weeks, which was absolutely annoying. But thankfully it did change to phone calls after that point, where they just asked to see how I was going, what I can do, what I can't do, what I should try and do. And that kind of helped out a lot, honestly. It was just annoying because I remember the last one, my last phone call, where they thought, oh, I'll be back up and running, hunky dory, and shit like that. I was still using both my crutches at that point. I weren't putting any weight onto it and whatsoever. And the hospital people said, "Oh, you should just try it." Then that was it. Like, it's like, yeah, just try put some weight on your leg, and they never called back. So that was a little bit frustrating, to say the least. Uh, but of course, I weren't alone in this situation because of the person that hit me. Um, I don't say hit me, but pulled out in front of me. Um, their company and my solicitors kind of helped out as well. And solicitors got me basically private physio for like 6 weeks, which was sweet. And that physio done 500 times more than what the main people at the hospital were telling me to do. It was mental. But yeah, um, I would say after my 6 week, I was on one crutch now. It still kind of hurt a little bit, but I was on one crutch. Um, and I would say it took about the beginning of 2021 before I got off both crutches and just kind of like gently walked around everywhere. And I would just say, if you have crutches for life or you need a wheelchair for life, I I sympathize with you now, because Jesus, I it was hard using a wheelchair. It was hard using crutches, and I can't like power to you if you have to do that for like your living, like everyday living. Mad respect. But that was basically 2020 for me. It was being stuck in my room every day, all day, because I couldn't do anything. So when COVID-19 hit, um, when COVID-19 hit us like around March time or February time, it didn't affect me because I was stuck in bed anyways. Um, but I didn't get to keep the job, sadly, after that. I'd say around, they kept getting me to update them on like how I was feeling and whatnot. I still wasn't able to move. I wasn't able to really walk anywhere, and they they left my job open for like the longest time they could, and it got to about like October time where they pretty much let me off at that point, and I totally understand that feeling. Um, I weren't able to help out really. There was no real clear date as to when I was coming back. So there was that. But even if they kept my job anyways, I wouldn't have gone again, because I'm not driving a moped or a scooter at that point after having an accident like that. I've lost all my courage to drive on the road. So it was quite annoying. But that was 2020 basically. It was annoying. It was upsetting for a lot of us. But that was basically the beginning of the most enjoyment I have had in my life recently. And I guess we'll get into it when we get to 2022. But now is 2021, which not a lot really happened, honestly. Post-editing me here, I just forgot to mention all of 2021. It was a short section, but I forgot to mention one of my favorite games, or one of the chapters of one of my favorite games coming out that year, and that was Deltarune Chapter 2. It's quite an amazing experience. It's quite long for a free game as well, or a free section of a game, and I cannot wait for more. And the game itself and the chapters it has gave me so much inspiration and ideas that you would not believe what I want to do with it. Although that's still just something that happened in 2021. Okay, back to normal. The whole like legal stuff with my accident at that point has been taken care of. And I'm slowly walking again. So at this point, it was try and find a job and do what I can in 2021, which we still had COVID-19 going around at that point. But I couldn't do anything basically. Um, I just talked a lot with my current friend group, which I will talk about later on, and I went and saw my real life friends, and that was about it, really. Like, again, there wasn't a lot going on in 2021. I guess one of the things that I can mention that I have written down is that I was commissioning a lot of art back in 2021. Like, a lot of it. So much, in fact, that I used a bit of money, to say the least. It was quite a bit. Not proud of it, but hey ho. And I would assume that this most probably didn't help because we couldn't go out because of COVID. There wasn't a lot of jobs going around as well because of COVID. So I couldn't do much. And I spent a lot of money because of this. And one of the things I spent it on was pledging to Friday Night Funking. Yeah, remember that when that used to be like all over fucking YouTube and everything? I pledged to the Backstarter for that. And am I happy with what I did? Like now? No. Like with the development hell they've sound like they've been going through, I'm not happy with what I did. Will I like the game when it comes out? Most likely. Do I like the modding community? Not really. But I won't let what happened in the past of the community taint my views on the main game of Friday Night Funkin' when that does come out. I'm sure I will enjoy it, and if you like rhythm games or what was it called? Stepmania. There we go. I was thinking of it. If you like Stepmania or rhythm games, you will love Friday Night Funkin'. And the amount I pledged, as I said, was a big amount. So much that I will get a playable character. I'm just gonna say it out there. I should get a playable character. The fact if they will keep that offer, we'll see. But I am in the debate of who I should add. As you all know, if you see my Twitters and whatnot, I'm not going to link it. If you need to do the digging yourself, because I like stuff. But there's a character that I have that would fit. But again, I know people really don't want big, rich, furry character in their edgy, fucking Newgrounds game, you know. And I understand that. But then again, I don't want to add like myself into the game because I know the community will make porn, and I'm not ready to see me getting thrusted, basically. So I'm in a little bit of a dilemma with that, and I just have to see and hopefully come up with the final character that I want in it. Will it be me? Most likely not. Will it be like something like me? Maybe. Will it be Kaylee? Could. It very well could be Kaylee. But yeah, I pledged a lot of money to that. I commissioned a lot of people in 2021 to draw funny things with my gremlins. My funny little gremlins that I love so dearly. And yeah, Actually, no. There's one more thing. There's actually one more thing I forgot about 2021. I started doing some drawings in 2021, and it didn't start out so well. I'll just show a little snippet on the screen, like here now. Whoa, thanks, future William. Um, that was how I was starting, and basically what you're seeing on screen is like how it's going right now. I am going to draw the characters that you most probably will see like in little blankets or something with cup of teas, sitting in front of a fireplace or something like that. Because there's a cozy talk, you know, nothing too serious. And I started it because of one person on Twitter who shall not be named because they want to stay anonymous for sure, understandably so. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed their character. I drew their thing for him, and lo and behold, they drew something back for me, and that took me by surprise, honestly, due to like, as I shown before, like how I drew. It's like, really, like that is really worth something being drawn back, and it stays treasured in my heart basically forever now. And I look up to that person every every now and then when like I feel down or like need inspiration and whatnot. Um, which is upsetting because around November of 2021, they left Twitter. Um, yeah, like the account was gone. They wanted to get rid of it for a long time, but they made an archive for everyone just before. So if you wanted any of their art again, it was just there for you. They talked about like the lore of their characters, the backstory of why they did it, and it was great. And it was very upsetting for me though to see like who I looked up to was just gone. But in a weird way, that kind of pushed me to draw more. And at that point, I think I drew like almost every day. Like even if it was like a little doodle, I would just draw, and I just looked up at references. I looked at how they drew my character. I looked at like how other people drew my characters, and I kind of like just combined it into like what you see right now. It's been a little bit of a journey, but again, 1.5 years ago, I drew. I drew like someone just like came out of kindergarten. Well, that's kind of rude, but like it wasn't that good. And compared to now, like sure, it's not amazing, but it's acceptable to me. And yeah, no, that's kind of crazy. So that was about 2021. 2021 is just wrapped up with trying to find a job, commissioning a lot of stuff, Friday night funking, yeah, draw. Did I say drawing? Well, you get the picture. I drew, I commissioned, I supported, and I was looking for a job. And that was 2021. So I guess that leaves us to 2022. And where we are right now, I suppose. Post edit again from me. Sorry about this, doing it twice, but I forgot about the war of Ukraine while talking about 2022. And yeah, it's kind of devastating for like what happened. And thoughts and prayers go to Ukraine as well. But it does seem that Russia is losing the war, which is good. I'm just hoping soon it will stop, but who knows at this point. But yeah, I just wanted to add that in, and like I forgot about it. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't like purposely forget about it to be like, oh, good vibes. But yeah, all right. back to normal. For the record, I am recording on the 8th of November, so there is still like basically a month from what like stuff can happen now. But I'll add that into like next year or something like that. And I guess I'll talk about like what I was doing in 2022. At the beginning of 2022, I was still jobless. And at that point, I was still jobless. And so the one thing I was doing just for fun was streaming. I started streaming on Twitch just for fun. I haven't done it for a long time because of living situations as of right now, and times that I'm free, and the times that I'm able to like stream. It's a little bit difficult, if that makes sense. But I'd say back in January, February of time, I was streaming A Hat of Time. A Hat of Time was a game that I wanted to try out for a long time, basically. And when I got a stream on Twitch, I completed it. I'd done all the episodes, played the DLCs. I tried out some community levels. It was great stuff. There was only about 6 streams of it, and about 2 viewers most of the time. But I had a blast, honest to God. And I wish I can do it again, hopefully soon, in the future. I'll definitely let people know when I can, but as of right now, I can't stream again. Which is upsetting because I really want to play The Spirit and the Mouse, which came out very recently. And I wanted to stream that as well. But it may be one of those things where I just have to play it on myself or stream it with my Discord friends. But yeah, that was the early 2022. Mid 2022 is when things really like dialed up to 11, I would say. Because I would say in April, I got a phone call about a job application that I applied for. And it was about asking about an interview, if I can do one. And it was a telephone one. And of course, at that point, I accepted. I needed something after all. And shortly after, like 2 days after that, I had my interview. They talked about like, oh, when can I start? I mentioned, yeah, I can basically start whenever I can. And lo and behold, May 9th, I started working as a retail assistant, which is not that good, sure, but there are benefits. One of them is that I am only working 16 hours a week, which I only really need because of my legs still. I only really need that. But not only that, but it literally is just down the street. I can walk there very easily and come back. So it's very, very easy to get to. Like, no transport required. I could bike there, maybe, but, I don't need to go and get a car just to get there. It's just 10 minutes, basically, which is fun, and I'm still there as of right now. It is a little bit hectic. I wish we had a bit more employees, because, lo and behold, there's only been 3 weeks, 4 counting today, like this week, as of recording. There's only been like a month I've actually done 16 hours a week. Where the rest of the times it's been like 20 or 24 hours, which is okay, but it's not what I signed up for. Which is annoying as well when you're stuck behind checkout. Checkout is not great. When you have to stand up, say the exact same things over and over and over again for 4 hours, it gets to you. It really does. Don't do retail assistant if you by any means, if you are able to do something else, do that. um, but yeah, I got the job. My checkups with my leg is slowly coming to a close now. I had my last one, or I had my recent one in February, and they mentioned that like my next could be my last, which will be February 2023, where they'll just x-ray my leg once more, tell me how it looks, and if I have any issues, that's it basically. But I will definitely keep people updated about that. There have been some things with my leg that has been annoying. But yeah, that's about it really. Oh, I forgot about my friend group almost. So I wanted to leave this last because they already know who they are. And if you're listening to me right now, thank you. But 20, at the beginning of 2020, me and 3 other friends just kind of came together almost. We started as acquaintances, and now we're just living the lives, as they say. And we all kind of had like crazy rides as well, getting to where we are today. And I will just say it right now, they made these last few years the most fun years of my life. Despite COVID, despite having nearly my leg being torn off, I have enjoyed life with these guys. And hopefully, some point in the future, I might even upload stuff with them in it, and you might see them. I'll draw little portraits of them right now, and what their characters look like. But these 3, I love them so much. They're the greatest. They are the greatest in my lives. Like, honest to God. And we're still chatting today. Like nearly for 2 years straight, we've been talking almost daily. So like 358 days, right? Is that right? 358 days. I might be stupid, but we talk nearly daily, and it ain't stopping anytime soon, or unless like someone has to go somewhere, and yeah, like it happens. But yeah, no, we've been enjoying ourselves, and that's about it really. That it comes up. That's 2022 basically from right now. I don't know what Christmas has in store for me, but we'll see. And yeah, that's about it. I don't know how to wrap this up, but just say it's been a crazy ride once again. I'm amazed that I'm alive. I'm surprised I was able to keep my leg. I was shocked to have my art improve, even if it's slightly, it has improved. And I cannot wait to see what 2023 has in store. Hopefully not COVID too, because I can't deal with that again. But yeah, no, hopefully the next video won't take so long to upload. It's not going to take 4 years again. And I don't know. Let me know what you want to see. I might just keep doing modding stuff. I might just do little shit posts again. But we will see. So yeah, depending when I upload this, happy holidays maybe. Sleep well. Enjoy your meals. And I love you. Alright, take it easy.